Welcome back to the Nicola Cornu video blog on District 1 St Helier.blogspot.com. Today we've got John. He's partially sighted and he is a wheelchair user. He lives in District 1 and I met him out campaigning. He tells me he always votes and will be giving me his vote this time. John raises a number of interesting policy issues, as well as sharing his views on Stuart Syvret, empty buildings, and J.J. Marquand. J.J. Marquand, in fact, invited him once to be a candidate. Being partially sighted, John wants to be able to read his emails. He can't. But we understand there is a program called JAWS which will read aloud his emails. If listeners know anything about this system or other suitable systems for John, then please get in touch with me as I'm assisting John with that program. Here's John.
I've been here for nearly 20 years now.
20 years. And is that all the time you've been here? Because John's in a wheelchair. People won't be able to see on this picture, but John's a wheelchair user.
Yes, yes, because I came back from Modstock in Salisbury. I went up to Overdale for 3 months and then came down to this flat, and I've been here, as I say, for about nearly 20 years.
What sort of work did you do?
I was in the finance industry.
Right. From what you see of the finance industry now, would you say it's different industry than when you were in it?
I've lost track of it, to be quite honest. The people that I knew well sort of have gone on to do exams and move to other firms and things, so I've just sort of lost track of most of them.
Do you use a computer? Did you use a computer?
I did. I have got a laptop.
Right.
But because of having nearly lost all my sight,
right.
having lost nearly all my sight, I should say,
right.
I find it very difficult to use it now. So.
In theory, it's possible to use a computer even though you've got limited sight.
I've got a Zoom text
right.
on it, but I find that it's so slow when you've got the Zoom text on, because if you've got it big enough to read easily, you're sort of getting very few letters on the screen at one time, and you're forever moving it. Right,
that doesn't convert to sound, it all converts to image, does it?
I've only got pictures on mine, I haven't got sound, no.
Would that be something that would be helpful to you to have sound?
I think if there was a verbal version, it would be marvellous.
Right, you haven't nobody's...
But it would mean having the mechanism to read an incoming email, for argument's sake,
right.
and then speak the email to me, which would be quite a piece of work, I should think.
I wonder. The technology must be there somewhere, I feel sure.
Yes, but expensive, I would think.
Yeah. Generally speaking, how do you find life as a wheelchair user in Jersey? Is it?
Well, I've got to say not too bad, because I'm lucky that I'm a member. I have family nursing come to me. I hoist myself into bed with the hoist I've got in there at night.
That's a mechanical hoist, a proper
mechanical hoist, yes. In the morning, one of the carers comes in and gives me a bit of a bed bath and helps me get dressed and hoists me out of bed into this chair, gets me a breakfast, cup of tea and breakfast, and
I must say, just looking, this is quite a generous size unit, certainly from some.
It's a nice little place, but they all have faults, of course. There's not enough shelves and there's not enough cupboards. As you can see, anything that sits still becomes a shelf.
Exactly, I knew that.
These other chairs have become shelves.
Right.
No, I've just become used to it. Right. I mean, you can become used to anything.
Right. Getting used to things, generally speaking, Jersey, how do you think it's a happy place to be at the moment, do you think?
Well, I think the majority of people in Jersey have just got used to the way life has gone down.
Right.
In the olden days, if I may say so, it used to be a very lovely place. I mean, even from the weather's point of view, it was a great place. We all accepted it and enjoyed it as it was, but it seems that everything has gone down and anything you have to buy has gone up.
Obviously, with your sight difficulties, it's maybe a bit more difficult to keep a track on political things. But do you follow politics, Jersey politics?
I can't follow politics now because of my sight. I used to listen to them on the radio, and frankly, I used to feel that. I used to feel that I was wasting my time listening to them.
Really?
Because you would hear one politician stand up and speak for 20 minutes and say nothing about something or other.
Right.
He'd sit down and another one would stand up and speak for 20 minutes on the same subject, saying exactly the same thing in different words.
Did you ever phone in on the phonings?
No.
Because they've restricted that, rather, BBC have restricted the phone-ins rather...
Well, it's stopped now, hasn't it?
It is, to all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
So they have a Thursday night one.
Yeah.
But it's virtually useless as far as most people seem to tell me. So.
Well, I didn't even know it was still on.
Right. Do you think that's a mistake?
I think it's a poor show because
Really?
I think people should be able to voice their opinions. I mean, I know they do at the elections badly,
Right.
but I think they should be able to voice their opinions.
Would you say that you were a political person? I mean, in your lifetime, have you been aware, involved in politics?
Well, I was at one stage many years ago when Senator J.J. Marquand was alive and in the States. But
actually campaigning for him, or
yes,
yeah,
yes,
really?
but also he wanted me to stand for the States
really?
with him.
Oh, right.
But I was only new in the island then, and as I told Nick, I said, well, they don't know me, they won't trust me because I'm an outsider,
Right.
which is the general opinion of the people of the island. If you're not born here,
Exactly.
it strikes me that
He was a very unconventional sort of person, wasn't he?
But he had a lot of drive, and he would get things done.
Right.
But
he qualified late as a lawyer, didn't he?
he qualified late, yes, in his, I think it was 50 something when he qualified.
Yes.
But
do you think there's scope for a few more rebels like him?
oh yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. If there was rebels like him, we wouldn't have the states we've got today.
Right. I mean, from what you follow of it, do you listen to the states discussions when they're on? Not really.
No, as I say, they stand up and use a lot of big words that they've heard other people use, and they half of them don't know what the words they're using mean even.
Right. Obviously, you were in finance, but finance is now all dominant. Do you think that's good or bad, or?
I think it's a great shame because Jersey is a lovely island. I mean, I've made my home here. I've got a family here. It's a lovely island, and I think it's a shame that tourism has gone to the wall because because it is a lovely island. But it's the case that it's so much cheaper to go to Mallorca or Florida or somewhere like that nowadays. That the tourism industry has.
Are you able to travel yourself?
I could travel, but it's such a hell of a business being in a wheelchair.
Right.
I've got to get out of this chair and into a special chair
Right.
at the airport to be carried into the aeroplane and everything. And
When was the last time you travelled on a plane?
God knows,
Long time.
long time ago.